as we know, there's always a big leap from idea to action. So
Mhm.
you're in the fashion industry, you decide you want to start launching your own line. So you know a bit about like, the behind the scenes of how stuff gets made.
Right.
But how did you get started? Where did you get the funding and how did you really know to take it to the next step that I'm going to create this and then be able to sell it? What did that look like for you?
So, like I said, it was during the pandemic. I was furloughed, and so were a bunch of my other coworkers that I had always wanted to work with again. So we were able to come together. And again, this is what we do for a living. We are literally the people behind the garments that the brands that you know and love. So we're the ones making everything. So getting like this part of the getting the stuff made, that was no big deal. That's what we do every day for the companies that we work for. Finding funding was one of the biggest challenges. I finally did get a round of angel investment, and without it, I would not have been able to create this line. I got the investment, and had there not been supply chain issues, we would have launched in 5 months. But I was really, really trying very hard to make sure, one, I wanted as much as the garment to be made in the US as possible, including the fabric. That is unfortunately not an option. Um, so really then trying to find a great sustainable fabric has also been my biggest challenge, and my this upcoming collection, I'm really having to ask myself the question about sustainable fabric, whether to use it or to not. I'm having a problem finding quality, sustainable fabric that is art that factory or mills are already stocking. So I'm off topic a little bit, but um, so the question was like once we got funding and once we found the fabric, it happens because that's what we do for a living. Um, But the fabric question again is really challenging because I'm finding that there aren't that many people that actually care about sustainable clothing as much as they say that they do. And so at one point, I think the mills had a better collection of sustainable fabrics, but now I'm finding that in order to get um, a sustainable fabric, a mill can make it, but they're saying, well, it's going to change the hand feel. We'd have to make you X amount of yards. You have to purchase X amount of yards, so on and so forth. So I'm really having to sit down and think like, what is better? Using what is already here, which I do believe in repurposing what's on the earth rather than extracting from it. It's why I do use recycled poly as opposed to organic cottons or tencel, which are trees, and we need trees to breathe. Um, but does it make what's more sustainable, using something that's already here or creating a subpar product that's going to end up getting thrown away? So that's the tough decision that I have to make right now. It doesn't mean that as I grow and as I get bigger, when I can actually use all of the fabric that I would be required to make, that I don't go back to the sustainable source, or as I grow and as this movement grows, finding mills that will have in stock sustainable fabrics that will work with smaller minimums so that I'm not making a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be made.